ago, I was walking to work, and even at 6:30 in the morning, there's people
Yeah.
out that are kind of acting strange. And there was a lady who seemed like she was like, you know, either under the influence of something or just had some sort of a problem that was not acting the way that people, normally do in public. And so, when we look at those people, we think that there's something wrong, right? And so,
Yeah.
I mean, that too can sound arrogant, but I think it's more common, right, for us to think that someone who's being belligerent um, uh, is acting, in a way that perhaps they're just not well. And so,
Yeah.
but when people are doing the same thing, but they're doing it structured and they're keeping it to themselves, I mean, I
Is that
suppose I
better
still think
or
I
is it worse?
suppose is is what now?
Is it better? So if somebody
Hmm.
has like a religion and they keep it to themselves rather than like trying to push it on you, is that
We're kind of
better?
getting off the topic of the live, I have to point out.
Oh, sorry.
We're,
Yeah,
we're,
yeah, sure.
we're questioning the beliefs of believers as believers come
Yeah.
up. And since you don't have a belief, Little Toaster, I appreciate you coming up. I do. You seem to be very questioning, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll invite you to stay for the moment if you'd like. But,
Yes.
okay, I'll bring up new guests, but wait a little bit before jumping in with questioning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Pat, can I get your age for TikTok TOS? Pat, are you with us?
Oh, I think they're muted.
Okay, Pat. Well, we'll try the next. Okay, never mind. Ghosts in the queue. But if you've got a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that, you're curious enough or courageous enough to question your beliefs, go ahead and request up. I'm not here to debate you or argue. I'm not trying to burgle your gods or rob you of your belief. I just want to know if you even can question you. And if you can, well, then I've got a few questions for you. Little Toaster,
Yeah. Hello.
hello. Does it matter to you if a god exists or not?
Mm, not really.
Why not?
If a god exists, then they do. It doesn't matter if I believe in them or not. So, I don't know. That's a good question. If a god does exist, and for example, I then die and then go to heaven, do I not go to heaven just because I don't believe in them, no matter how good a life I've lived?
I don't know.
Yeah. So is the basis of being right with God is the belief in them,
Hmm.
or is it the life that you've lived? Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
Hmm. We got a new guest. Tips. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
22.
Cannot hear you.
22. I'm 22.
You said 22. Do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher power, or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really. What does that mean?
Well, it means that I know gods are not deities the way religion says. They are
I'm sorry,
there,
say that
but
again.
I know that gods exist, but they are not deities the way religion says.
Deities. Okay.
They're not deities. So you know that
Yes.
gods exist. What is a god?
A god is a force.
What do you mean by force?
Magnetism, electricity, wind, gravity. Name any force you can think of. That is a god,
How is that a god?
because it can influence the physical and it is invincible.
Are you sure it is invincible?
Yes, nobody can see electricity or radiations or electromagnetism, but whenever an earthquake happens or a tornado happens or a tsunami happens, most probably one of these forces is involved.
I'm sorry, so
Sorry.
because forces are involved in acts of nature,
True.
and I'm not seeing how that makes the force a god.
Well, think of it this way. You're a scientist living thousands of years ago, maybe 2,000, 4,000 years ago, and you're trying to teach someone about quantum physics. How do you do that?
I don't know how that answers my question at all.
Well, you create gods. That is why I'm saying God is a force, because I think all these gods that we read about in different
I see.
mythologies,
So
I
you're
think
saying that forces exist, these forces do these things, and we are just calling them gods. And you're saying that's the label that people apply to them. The things that people have called God are forces. Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Why would you use that label? Do you call them gods?
No, I don't call them gods. I call them what they are. I call them radiation and electricity.
Mm.
So,
But the ancients, they call them gods.
but then you don't actually believe in gods. You said you did
Not as
kind of to make the point.
not as deities.
That
I
makes
don't
sense
believe
now
in.
what you meant by not as deities.
Yes.
But then you don't have a belief in gods of any kind.
No.
Why not?
Well, I think you should know them. You should not believe in them. You should know them.
You should know them.
Yeah. Have you ever seen how the moon affects the tides?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not asking about the forces.
Okay.
Why don't you believe in gods in the ways that the ancients described?
Like, the ancients used symbolic language to describe things. So when they drew a picture or when they drew the Sphinx, they were not drawing an animal that has the head of a woman and the body of a lion. They were symbolizing something. That's why I can't view it, because it is foolish to view it that way. They used symbolism. They didn't have words like the way we have words. They used the things they see in nature and the things they see around the universe, and that's how they used to communicate. That's how they used to make messages. So it is irrelevant to view the Sphinx as this deity that existed somewhere that has the head of a woman and the body of a lion. Instead, I need to figure out what it means as a symbol.
So, do you believe they were ignorant?
Pardon?
Do you believe they were ignorant?
I know they were the smartest. I don't think even future civilizations will reach to where they were. They were the most advanced.
Yeah.
How could they be ignorant when we
Is there
can't
any way
even
you could
understand
get
what they
somewhere
wrote?
without that sound in the background? I'm sorry, I cannot
Oh
hear
yeah, sure.
anything
Sure,
you're
sure.
saying over the scrolling bird.
Okay, sure.
Not only does it taste like chicken, but it sounds like chicken.
Sure as hell does. And while he gets somewhere quieter, thank you guys for tapping the screen 82,000 times. I bet we could keep tapping. I bet we could break 100K in no time. Thank you guys so much. All that does help get us out to the FYP. Also, thank you for sharing the live those 50 times. Those are awesome too. You could do that a few more. And while we're waiting for him to fix his sound, little toaster.
Yeah.
Is there any way you've got some earbuds or something or headphones? We're getting a little bit of feedback, and I think it's because you're using your phone without.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. 2 seconds. Is that better now?
Oh, so much.
Good.
You're coming through much clearer.
Can I ask a question?
Of tips, or of me.
Of tips, yeah. Of tips.
You certainly may whenever it comes back from silencing the chicken.
So, I think what I want to know is if Tips thinks that the ancients and how they viewed gods was reductive in terms of there wasn't physically a person with a woman's head and a lion's body. How do they view those gods now? Do they think that they were, I mean, I said the word ignorant before, I think that was wrong, but do they think that they were ignorant in their beliefs, or do they think that they are more understanding in the ancients' beliefs now? Or
Oh, sorry. I took that much to silence the birds. But yeah. I don't think they meant when they were depicting gods. You see, there's a problem with modern society, with our civilization. The people we call scientists, the quote-unquote scientists, the father of them being Einstein, these people learn by observing. They look at something, they observe it, and then they observe the effects. So if you ask any scientist how to increase electricity, they will tell you. If you'll ask any scientist what electricity does, they will tell you what electricity does. If you ask them what gravity does, they will tell you what it does. But if you ask them what is gravity, what is electricity, they'll tell you they don't know. Ask them what really exactly what is gravity. They'll tell you I do not know. Because unlike the ancients, you see, the ancient people, when they were depicting gods, when they were drawing gods, they were learning via meditation. They were not observing anything, they were meditating. And via meditating, they could see
You're getting
all the
quieter,
plans.
Tips. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably my phone. I'm saying, when the ancients were meditating, that's how they learned things, by meditating, and they learned things in nature. That is why they worshipped nature. Because they saw the electromagnetism of nature via meditation, and
I'm
they were
sorry,
like,
so you're
"Oh
saying through
my."
meditation they saw the electromagnetism of nature and understood. And
Yes,
scientists today just don't do that, so they don't know.
they are very limited in their knowledge. Yes, very limited.
Fascinating tips. Fascinating.
They're very
Um,
limited because the
oh,
eyes,
so limited.
your eyes
How is
only
it?
see
So,
5%.
can you stop talking over me? I have a question.
Oh,
We're not
sorry,
here
sorry.
for the TED Talk. We're here to see if you can question your beliefs. And now you've presented a belief. Can you question that? Or is that an absolute certainty?
I can question it because it's a certainty.
I'm sorry, you said you can question it because it's a certainty?
Yes, the truth has to be questioned.
Why are you so certain that meditation is going to lead to seeing the electromagnetism of nature better than science?
Well, because first I think we have three eyes, and our physical eyes, they only see 5% of what is happening here, of reality.
I'm
Now,
sorry, you
How
said
do
we
you
have
know
three
that?
eyes?
yes, all human beings, actually all animals, yes.
How do you know that?
Because it's something you can do by yourself. It's something you can see by yourself.
But how do I know that I'm only seeing 5% of what is reality?
Oh, that is what the scientists say. They say that whatever we see by our eyes, it's not the whole thing. We see only 5%, a little fraction of the real thing.
But
There is
what?
something
So what?
else going on that we are not seeing.
What are you putting that against? So we only see 5%, but 5% of what?
Of this thing that makes up reality, this
How do you
holographic
know
thing.
that it's 5%?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. They're the ones that made the percentage.
Who? Who are the ones?
The scientists, the people
What?
we are quote
Which?
unquote supposed to trust.
Which scientists? Particle physics scientists? Biological scientists? Which ones?
Might be, I don't know, but they concluded that
They concluded what? That they
that
only have what?
our two eyes, only see a fraction of reality.
If you don't know who these scientists are, why do you trust them?
Well, I said quote unquote. I don't really trust them.
So, then why would you be quoting it up here saying that the scientists say it?
Yeah.
Why
Well,
are you
because
citing
we
it as
can't
fact?
see we can't see infrared rays.
Okay.
Those are we can't see them unless we have things like X-rays and whatnot. We can't see them, but they exist.
You can't see infrared with X-rays.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
you,
Do
we can't
you
see
know what the
those
fuck you're
kinds.
talking about?
yeah, do you know what an X-ray is?
It is an electromagnetic, I don't know, spectrum wave, or
Do you know what an infrared ray is?
it is invisible light.
So how can you see invisible light? You can't see it through an X-ray.
But it does exist, right?
No, that's fine. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that how can you see infrared light because you can't see it through an X-ray? That's not what an X-ray does.
No, I didn't say that's what an X-ray does. I said we can't see these radiations. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said X-ray. We can't see these radiations.
You did a really good job of deflecting from the question that I asked you.
Oh, sorry. Pardon.
So the question that I asked was, if you don't know
Pardon the
who the
question.
scientists are, why are you quoting them?
Well,
If you don't know who the
let's just say
scientists are,
they are the source. Yeah, they are the source of the information. They're the ones saying they have the information. Yes, I don't
But
know who
what?
they are, but if you Google, I don't know. I know we don't trust Google. Though if you Google, they say it is only a fraction of reality.
No, actually, I trust Google just fine. I just don't trust you. Because why should I?
No, I haven't given you any reason to trust me, and that's you are right to do so.
I mean, you're saying it's a fraction of reality, but what is reality? I think that's a subjective thing.
Or you're
Do,
saying
do you,
reality is how you perceive it in your mind.
yeah. So you're saying that reality is how you perceive it in your mind, so therefore you can't scientifically prove anything about reality.
Okay. Yeah. That also makes sense because reality is subjective.
Yes, but then you said that we only see 5% of reality. So if reality is subjective, how can you say it's 5%?
Well, because there are things like infrared lights. Do you know
Yeah,
something
but
called
Because I
biophotons?
made it up. Because I made it up. Because I made it up. Because I made it up. Like, look, can we just be honest? Please?
I think what we're trying to do is just dissect what you're saying, Tips. So you said
Yeah.
that's 5%. So we can only see 5% of reality, but reality is subjective, so it's not the same for everybody. So how can you say that it's 5% of reality when everybody perceives it differently?
We perceive reality differently, all of us.
Uh-huh.
But there are things like biophotons, things like there are things inside this reality that we are not aware of.
But
The,
how
the
do you
reason
know
I,
that though?
yeah, I wanted to get to that. The reason I brought this whole topic up is because I said meditating is how you can learn these things. In Thailand, I think it's Thailand, there was a tsunami that happened. In that tsunami, many people many people lost their lives, but
Yes.
there was no life of any rat that was found washed up. They all ran up to the mountain. So these animals, for some weird reason, they knew something was going to happen, and they flee and they went away. But human beings, have you ever seen how
What does this have to
animals?
do with the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Tips.
Because
Tips. If I don't want to step on your question too much, Toaster. Can you rephrase it?
I think
I'm
my
saying
question
they
was,
saw a part of reality that we didn't see.
yeah, but how do you know? So you're saying that the rats ran up into the mountains, and so therefore they had a different sense of reality to us. But how do you know that? How do you know that they have a different sense of reality? What is reality? If reality is what we perceive, then nobody can say what reality is because we all perceive it differently.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't deal with him, like, talking over again to stomp on the question again. I couldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To be fair,
Tips.
I
Yeah,
think it's a question that can't be answered.
Tips. Why did you request that?
well, I requested because I loved what you guys were talking about. I heard you talking about how you need to question whatever you believe to be the truth. And yeah, I love to question the truth.
So you love to question, but in what way do you question your assumptions? Your assumptions of A third eye, the meditation, showing you the full electromagnetic spectrum.
Because I believe that is what the animals use to navigate this planet.
So when you say animals, do you think that that's every animal apart from humans?
Well, humans choose. There are some humans that are guided by it. Have you ever had a gut feeling where something tells you, okay, this happened to me when I was going to work, and then something told me, don't take that path, leave it, let it go, take the other one. And I was like,
Yes,
sure.
but
I left
I
it.
think that's an evolutionary predisposition. Predisposition, sorry. I don't think that's like a higher power third eye thing. I think it's all evolutionary based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will you explain further?
Yes, so I think that humans evolved through Homo sapiens to Homo erectus. I think that humans had a predisposition to sense danger, and I don't think that it's a third eye kind of thing. I just think it's evolutionary built into us. That's what evolution is. Yeah.
So we developed this kind of instinct that can sense
Yes,
the future.
exactly. Yeah. So I don't think it's to look into the future, not at all. I think it's to sense things that may be not right. So we learn patterns as humans. We learn to go with our patterns. If something is not right, if it's something that we don't expect, I think it's just an evolutionary predisposition that we have built into us.
Yeah, you said pattern, but I don't think it's a pattern. I think it's the reason I call it third day is because of that, because it doesn't happen all the time.
Okay, well, I mean that's where we differ. So you say it's a third eye kind of thing. I think that is an evolutionary thing that's built into us. So that's where we differ in our beliefs, I suppose.
Well, I don't think it's being different. I think we just using a lot of terms. There's a lot of vocabulary, you know.
Yes, and I think that the vocabulary that we're using versus me and the vocabulary that you're using is different because we mean different things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that you're ascribing it to a higher being, like something that's outside of us, where I think it's something that's built into us as humans.
Oh wait, I never said that. I never said it was something outside of me.
Oh,
I said we have
that's
it.
what I yeah, so that's what I took from you saying it's like a third eye thing.
Yeah,
So
because yeah, actually, yeah. The
something
reason
outside of us.
no, the third eye is within us, and the eyes. I don't think the function of our physical eyes is to see. I think the work of our physical eyes is to regulate light so that the third eye can open, because the third eye only opens when there is darkness. And which
Okay.
ask yourself, which body organ functions 5% to its capabilities? If the work
I
of your
don't know.
stomach, there is
But
none. They
again,
all function.
you
Well,
are saying an organ is going to 5% of its capability. Like how do you know that it's 5%? What do you think 100% is?
I think it's everything. The ability to know the past, future, present.
So how do you think that we're only accessing 5% of that organ?
Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow?
No,
Good.
I can't look into the future. No.
Well, nobody said you can't.
But do you think that I can?
I think.
If
What
I
is a deja
used
vu?
if I used 10% of my brain, do you think that I could look into the future?
I think if you used 100% of your brain, you can move mountains. That's how the pyramids were built. They didn't
So
use any
why
tool.
don't you do that? Why don't you use 100% of your brain?
Well, we have systems that they are there to make sure you don't do that. But I try to use my instinct all the time.
So what systems are in place to ensure that you don't use 100% of your brain?
All of them, the education system, the political system, the country system, the government system, the religious
So
system,
you
the
think
medical
that's
system.
you think it's humanity that's stopping us using 100% of our brain, and you think that
Yes,
it's our ancestors that used 100% of their brains?
yes. Thank you.
Why are you a
Yeah.
conspiracy theorist?
Okay. I mean, I don't agree with that, but
Well, I didn't ask.
How,
I
how,
was,
how, how modern do you think
I
we
think.
are?
Hang on, little toaster. Were you saying you don't agree with tips?
yes. So
Okay.
I'm saying that I
Kat was
don't
asking
agree
a
with
question,
him.
and
That
agreeing or disagreeing
sorry.
doesn't matter on this panel.
Okay, fair.
We're simply here to see if the person can question what they believe.
Yeah.
And so far, he does not seem capable of it, but Kat had a question.
it's a little bit leading. Little less Socratic than usual, but it's okay. Why are you a conspiracy theorist?
Me?
Yeah, the only one up here.
Uh, which conspiracy claim did I make?
The systems were in place to suppress our use of our third eye.
Do you people use toothpaste early in the morning when you brush?
Oh, the fluoride.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do you people have genetically modified food?
Right. So,
Everybody
case
has
in point.
GMOs, yeah.
Weren't you the same people that were striking against the how is this thing called? Is it KFC or this one that has a lot of meat? People are saying we can't really be eating all those cows in a
Are you?
day.
I
I'm
live
sorry. Are you just
totally off
lumping?
grid in the jungle. I grow a lot of my own food.
Why? Why don't
You
you also don't trust
tips,
them? I'm not a
tips,
conspiracy
tips.
theorist. Yeah.
You're just lumping everybody in here into a group of people, and just assuming and asserting a bunch of things. Why are you doing that instead of actually addressing the question?
No, I'm simply saying, even in us, I can see the system controlling us, trying to make sure you don't.
I think the system's controlling you.
Yeah. How do you know that you are the one that's right? That's seeing that the system is controlling the rest of us apart from you?
Well, because I need money to do anything.
Okay.
I need money for me to do anything. Literally. I'm not metaphorically. Literally, I need money
So how does that answer my question?
because money is irrelevant. It's controlling me.
I think that you're just really furthering the point that you are the one that is being controlled by the system.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As long as we can agree on that, yeah.
The rest of you don't need money to do things.
Tips. Tips. In
That's
what way do you question your own belief?
Well, I try to see if it is found in nature. I believe in the law of oneness, as above, so below. So if it is not in nature,
How is this questioning your belief? You're just
it's
proclaiming.
questioning, because I mean, if you say this is real, you can see like the things that are in nature are also in us. So if something is real, it must be
This
found
is
in
all part of the same belief that you've expressed. This isn't questioning it. You're just expanding upon the belief that you've already told us about.
That's wrong.
What does questioning your own belief mean?
trying to see if it's valid.
Do you think that you have some knowledge or some enlightenment that the rest of us don't have?
Well, I really lack knowledge.
Do you think you have answered a single question I fucking asked you? A single one.
No, he hasn't. We're just gonna move.
I think what it comes down to
more
is
capable. Sorry.
Oh, okay, it's gone. Yeah,
sorry,
no,
Toaster.
that's fine.
No. We're gonna
that's
move on
fine.
to somebody who's actually capable
Yeah.
of engaging in the exercise instead of just asserting and ignoring.
Hi, little toaster. I'm really not this much of an asshole.
No,
Every
I don't
single
think you
question
are.
I had was
I don't
ignored.
think you are. Yeah, I think it's valid to ask questions and assume that you will get answers. And if you don't, then what's the point of being here?
Like, why would you request up in a place where the point is to ask questions if you're not going to answer the questions?
Yeah.
Eddie, can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
Yeah, of course. I'm 27.
And do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a certain worldview that I'm happy to express, and to actually fit in with the panel, I would like it to be questioned.
Yeah.
So, do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher power, or anything like that?
So when it comes to God, it depends how you define it. What it would be to me, I'm more of a materialist, is the prime mover. So that means whatever set the reality into motion, that would be God. But I wouldn't personify whatever that force is.
So you're saying some force, some action, something.
Yeah, it's just whatever
Sorry,
came before, whatever.
Eddie, stop. I just need to call attention to something. Toaster, can you please keep your mic muted until it's time for you to ask a question?
Sorry.
Hearing every mouth sound is definitely distracting while I'm asking questions. And Eddie, please do not interrupt while I'm mid-question.
Yeah, my apologies. I might do that. I'm used to panels where they talk over each other a lot more. I apologise.
Where they talk over each other rudely.
Yeah, so it's just a habit thing. So if I do that, I do apologise.
So, you said that you believe in a prime mover, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So why is it that you would assume that there is some prime mover, something that begins things?
Well, it's a line of logic where it's whatever's at the start. Or again, you can question that as well.
Why does there have to be a start?
Exactly. Well, that comes down to my worldview of it's called eternal resurgence. So time is circular. It's like an Ouroboros. But the start would be it's it's everywhere because it's a circle. There is no start. Do you know what I mean?
So if time is an Ouroboros, then why would you assume any start that you decide upon is prime?
Because you could take it the other way and go, this has always been, but I'm positing on the fact that we're assuming, because there's a lot of assumptions going on, we're assuming that there is something that set the reality into motion, aka a god.
Why? Why make the assumption? You're adding layers of assumption, and so why add?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm saying if we are assuming, it's not something that we can necessarily.
I mean, you are assuming.
Perceive ourselves. Our perception is limited, so it is an assumption.
You are assuming. So why are you assuming?
Normally, it's a rationalization of what's going on in reality. It helps. It brings a level of comfort and certainty.
So comfort helps you. In what way does this bring comfort to assume that there is a prime mover to your Ouroboros of time?
Well, I don't actually believe that. It's more, if I did have a god, that would be the definition that I would go by. But I don't need it at all in my belief system.
So when I asked you if you have a belief in a god or god's higher power or anything like that, you said prime mover. That
Yeah.
wasn't quite accurate.
That's just how I would describe it personally, if it was to be true. But it's an assumption.
What assumptions are necessary for you?
It's a good one. One second, my cat's on my keyboard. 1 second. What assumptions in what context? Sorry.
I mean, like, what assumptions are necessary for life, the universe, all that? Like, what are the assumptions that you make that are necessary?
Okay. One would be like a shared experience, so that I'm not the only one experiencing reality. That is a good assumption that I would go with.
Okay.
You have like solipsism, so that I'm the only one experiencing what I'm experiencing, and everyone else is just, I'm in a dream, and everyone else is just a figment of my own imagination. I would like to assume that's not true.
Okay. Are these all the necessary assumptions that you're making?
Well, I believe so, but it's based on belief. At the end of the day, that's what the discussion comes down to.
I am well aware of how the discussion goes here.
My apologies.
Right. So when I ask this question, I'm asking about what you believe, what your personal necessary assumptions are.
So it's based on perception. So we have a limited perception based on our own consciousness. So the assumption is that we only have a limited perception reality. So it's based on that.
Never mind.
I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question contentedly enough.
So you say that we have a limited perception of reality. How limited do you think it is?
How limited is it? Well,
Yeah.
it's hard to quantify consciousness and your own perception because you're the only one experiencing it. So I'd say it's...
How...
One second.
Yeah, sorry. No, you go.
I could go through a few things. Like, I'm a non-dualist. Like, I believe that there is no separate soul. There is just our body.
So how can you say that, you saying to me, for example, how can you say that I have a limited perception of reality? You don't know what my perception of reality is.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that is completely true. It's an assumption because I don't have the device to quantify perception of reality. I don't have that apparatus.
Do you think that somebody or something does have the ultimate answer to what reality is? I think is the ultimate question of this panel. Okay.
I don't think it's something that's quantifiable in our own reality by humans. It's also mainly a category error. So imagine a book where you're learning about the language and the syntax and the grammar, and you go, I know this English very well, for example. But you step back and go, yeah, but where does the book actually come from? Like, what is the book's purpose? It's unrelated. You can really know well about the context of the books, but in terms of where it comes from, it's completely different.
So do you think there is like a higher power that has created those books?
There's different arguments for it. I personally...
Your belief?
Yeah, so...
What's your belief?
It's a survival instinct thing. So life perpetuates itself because it can. It comes down to the probability of life. The fact that I would assume is, again, it's assumptions. It's about belief that there's unlimited possibilities in the entirety of reality. The fact that there's unlimited possibilities means that eventually there would be life. So therefore, it perpetuates itself.
So that doesn't quite answer my question. So I think the
Okay.
question of this panel is:
Mhm.
do you think that there is a higher being that has created this life?
Right. Okay. I understand. No.
Okay.
I would say to personify something like that would be disingenuous. To say like it's a being rather than just it is how it is.
So it's more like the science based, like it just happened, rather than a
Yeah.
being created it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a bit silly to make an assertion without, because it's mainly based on faith rather than facts. Like,
Well, yeah, that I think that's the whole point of this, isn't it?
yeah, that's
It's
why I'm
like
happy to
do you
contribute.
have a faith that you believe a faith like a being created this whole chaos, or it just happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that the main thing is that we don't know, and dealing with that uncertainty is really important. But it comes down to belief. Whatever makes you content in your own life is
Do
good.
you think that you're agnostic or atheist?
I would say I'm agnostic, lean on atheist, because I think it's just as silly to say
Agnostically atheist. I don't. I
yeah.
think that's like that's a double negative.
It is, well, it is a used phrase. It is obviously a
is.
bit contradictory.
It is,
It's
yeah.
on the fact that I border on the line. I'm skeptic, but I think it's just as silly to be hard line atheist and say there is no God, because you can't assert that claim. So it's better to say we don't know, because that's
Well,
truth.
that's agnostic though.
Yes,
So if you
yes.
think that,
So,
yeah, that's
Well,
agnostic.
it can be both there, little toaster. There are different
Sorry.
ways people describe it. So if he's saying he's agnostically atheist, or he's agnostic atheist, it's actually a common way to
Yeah.
describe it. Though in some philosophical circles they'll say that atheist means the rejection of a god, or the belief no God can exist, which would be would be contradictory, perhaps, to I don't know, but I don't know. And it's quite common to describe yourself as agnostic atheist now.
It's a complex one.
So, Eddie, I appreciate you coming up and answering the questions. I do. I do think we're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest. So,
Yeah, I understand.
appreciate
No, thank you. I hope I contributed, and it was a good discussion. Thank you for the questions. Have a nice day.
Yep, got him. And also, Little Toaster, I do appreciate you being here. I do. And your questions have been quite good. And perhaps another time I'll bring you back up, and we might have more questions for you, okay? But I think we're going to go ahead and trim back down the panel and see who the next guest is. But appreciate you. And W's for Little Toaster. Pretty decent questions.
W toaster.
Now there are two toasters around.
There are. Yes. Hello, Thrayle.
Hello, Kat. How are you?
That earthquake was fucking so gnarly.
That's what I was just about to ask. Are you feeling shaken?
Okay, so you remember that one I had in December? On panel, actually?
Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't as, like, jarring as that one was. It was, like, long and rumbly. But it was a decent earthquake. It was a little, like, shake up, yeah. Interesting way to round out the day.
Was the one in December the last earthquake you
Felt?
felt?
Yeah. It was the one in December was the first earthquake I ever felt here. And yes, I have not felt one since.
I wonder what that means for the volcano.
The volcano is supposed to start erupting between Sunday and Tuesday. And this is a special eruption episode because so 47 episodes, and like as far as episodic eruptions go, is the most Kilauea has ever done. And this one, when it goes again, will be 48. The record-breaking eruption.
How long is the eruption supposed to last?
Until it's done. It's not. They haven't like forecasted an ending. So because they're like episodic eruptions, right? That's either going to continue to erupt episodically, until it's finished, until the magma chambers are empty enough or whatever, what have you. Or it's going to continue to erupt episodically until it starts erupting continuously. In which case it'll just be erupting all the time. But they've gotten closer together and more like aggressive, I want to say. Like 6 months ago, there was not 2 feet of rocks raining from the sky every time it erupted, but that has been fairly common recently. And glass too, rocks and glass. It's fun. So I'm hoping that we just move towards continuous eruption. That'd be really cool. Really cool.
I'm sorry, rocks and glass raining from the sky.
That's not as cool, but it's fine. It probably won't be continuously raining rocks and glass from the sky if it's continuously erupting. But if it's continuously erupting, it'll just like be erupting all the time. The only issue with that is after the caldera gets full. That's the problem. We still have some time.
Sounds exciting.
I think it will be. Yeah.
So between Sunday and Tuesday.
That's what they're saying. It could change, but that is what they're saying. The earthquake, interestingly enough, was on the like western flank of Mauna Loa. Very interesting place for the epicenter of the earthquake. Mauna Loa does erupt every few years. Usually. Sometimes you can catch them both erupting at the same time.
We got a new guest. Maybe. Hello, Decon Recon. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS? Maybe a sleep request? And then the next one. Is that going to start a cycle?
Do not accept that, please.
I gotcha.
Because we both know what's going to happen is we're going to end up alone up here, stuck in that for 3 hours.
Yeah. It's always weird.
It happens to you and I a lot, too. It's just the two of us stuck in that cycle for like 3 hours. It's terrible. We don't want that again. Not again. No, Sage, that's okay. As much as I love GoPro, I don't know if I can do GoPro tonight.
I'm excited about that eruption. That sounds cool.
It's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be very cool. And even if the next one will be soon. That'll be fun. Yeah, he is a very sweet guy to have such wild views. Have you asked about raw garlic? Make sure you ask him about the raw garlic.
It's interesting, Sage.
Sage, one time I asked him to pack me an overnight bag of his essential beliefs and tell me what was going to be in it. And he misunderstood the question and thought I meant a literal overnight bag. What would he put in it? And the first thing that came to mind, the first thing he says is raw garlic. To which I absolutely lost my shit. So funny.
Hmm. Are we about to get J.K. Simmons?
Hmm?
The actor who voices the character with that name. Probably not, but they're not floating in at all.
How do you know that off the top of your head?
I watched the show. I haven't read the comics. I know that actor.
You're old. Yeah, I forgot.
Well, he's a pretty well-known actor.
Uh-huh. What do you mean that's fucked, Sage? I'm just being honest.
I'm pretty old. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sage is older.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
He's
know.
old too.
I mean, I'm not that old.
Right, so if Sage is older than you, then he's just old. Because that's fair, you're not that old.
See?
You definitely could be older. It wouldn't be any fun, but...
According to Kenneth, you're old too.
Hmm.
Here we go. Hello, Jules. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS? Apparently not. Okay.
What is going on with these people?
nobody's showing up asleep. Is the music just that somber? Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if you can question your beliefs, go ahead and request up.
You can save us from this in the form of polite and respectful questioning.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah, thank you. What's up, y'all?
Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
I'm 32.
And do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that?
Kind of, yeah. I don't really believe in a specific anything. I guess if I were to try to fit it into a category, it's more like naturalism, I think is the word, or pantheistic. It's more like the energy of the earth, the universe, the part that it plays within us intrinsically, and how we connect on a conscious, global level. I don't think it's something in the sky or conforming to specific ideologies or beliefs. I think we're supposed to question and want to know things, even if we don't put it with our specific beliefs. I still think it's cool to look at different ways of believing or thinking or processing.
So you're saying you don't believe?
Technically, I don't really believe that it's a specific being. I think it's in us and around us, and all
Does
of
that
it's
mean
just.
in us and around us?
I think it's I think I don't maybe it's coming down to source or consciousness. I think it's a matter of just experiencing and existing and connecting. I think it just is. I don't think it's a specific being or ideology. I think it's just existing
What
and
is
growing
it?
within itself. The idea of what God is. I don't know, am I not communicating this right?
So you're saying the idea of what God is just that which exists?
Yeah, within ourselves and our perceptions, and it's about having the observing consciousness and
What is
existing.
consciousness?
Mm. Hmm. I I think it's I think it's just being, just existing. The feelings, the human emotions, the connecting with people, feeling the grass under your feet. I think consciousness is just being aware and observing and learning more about yourself and understanding yourself, as well as just understanding things on a bigger scale. It's the inner experience that's happening, I guess.
And you think that exists within everything?
To an extent, yeah.
Why?
I feel I guess with people in general, we always try to search externally to try to explain things. And so that's where it comes into like religion or certain beliefs or morality or whatever else, the angels and devils and all that. When in all reality, I think it exists within us and our perception of things. Like, what if just the idea of like what heaven and hell is it's more so a mindset or existing and being aware on a certain level? Because in all reality, the way that you feel, what you think, it can alter your reality. And so I think it's just more so like a state of being. Does that make sense? Did I answer that right? Mm.
You're saying that
I know I was like kind of like hesitant on coming up here because I more like open concepts of what everything is.
Stop for a moment, please. So you're saying that oh, did you want to say something, Kat?
Oh, no, not right now.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. That's my bad.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm open to digging into different aspects. I do like looking into like. Huh?
So you believe that there is a God, that the God is something that is in us and permeates everything, and that it is a conscious awareness. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Where's the hesitation there?
I just don't typically like using the idea of what God is because it is such a broad stance. But yeah, I think it's just literally experiencing and existing together. But yeah, I guess like that would be.
Why would that be a God or godlike? Why would that be anything other than experiencing and existing together?
See, I think that's why I was hesitant with like that being the idea of God, because like I think that everybody's right, but everybody's wrong because no one knows. And so like having different deities or different gods or whatever else is just it's like the same sort of stories or the same morals told in different ways. So like I can understand, but I just like don't worship personally.
Do you think that the awareness that you're thinking of does permeate all of existence? That it's in everything?
To an extent, I think so, yeah. Like I think there's levels of it. Like a rock sitting outside. It might not have consciousness or awareness, but it's still there. It still exists. It still plays a part. I'm perceiving it. I'm existing.
You are perceiving it, but it doesn't have a perception, right?
Yeah. But it still fits into everything, just in a different way. Like it's not.
It wouldn't have its own awareness.
Yeah, no,
But you would have your own awareness, which would be separate from my awareness or Kat's awareness. And that. So then, is it a singular awareness that permeates all, or do we all just have different things that we have?
Sorry, go ahead.
That we call consciousness.
I think it is just all different, but also in a sense like it's kind of the same in different ways too. But I don't think it's, I don't know, like there's so many different ways of seeing it. Like you have manifesting or praying, and it's just different words to describe the same sort of concepts with things. So I think people experience it or perceive it or maybe believe certain things but not others, and I think that's the beauty in it, is finding something that coincides with what you believe, but then also still questioning and wondering about everything.
What do you think would... Well, let's ask this. Does it matter to you if the awareness that you talk about is actually permeating everything, or is it more just a thought that's kind of fun?
It's more just a thought. I do feel like everything is perceived in this sense from just what you're seeing and experiencing. So I do think it's cool having these conversations and getting different ideas, but like, I don't know, it's just my experience, my way of thinking, and everybody's on their own journey and their own wavelength. And yeah, yeah. Mm.
Does it matter to you if a God exists or not?
And I'm always open to learning different ideas or concepts. And like, if for whatever reason my ideas or my growth changes, I'm open to potentially like believing in a God or something. But currently, with where I'm in my path, I don't think it exists, but I mean, it very well could.
Do you consider yourself to be an atheist?
Maybe because I don't necessarily believe in God, but I believe that it is, like, it just is. It's everywhere. So I guess to an
It just
would that be an
is.
atheist? Would that be an atheist?
I don't know. You're saying
Um,
it just is, but the it, when I asked earlier, was the idea of God.
yeah, it's just like it's everywhere. It's in everything. It's not gonna come forth in some guy with a robe or in multiple different gods. I think it just is. It exists. It's the feeling of the hair in your the wind in your hair, the emotions that you feel, the way that we have this conversation and connecting on this deeper level. So I just think it just is. To what Sage's question is, personally, no, I don't think that it has personhood or thoughts. I think, like, maybe in a sense, it's more awareness. I think
You,
it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
you awaken the process. Good morning, Rav. Well, good evening, I guess, if you're still
It's all
awake.
relative, man. Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I just explained why Jesus isn't the Messiah, and now I'm here. I really was trying to be off this weekend, and people kept messaging me, and you know, duty calls. What's hip hop happening?
Duty calls. Did you hear anything before you came up?
I heard wind in the hair or something like that.
Hippy dippy stuff, you know?
Hippy dippy stuff. On my knees for Sky Mommy, which I think is an awesome name.
Thanks.
Was just expressing that the idea of God is just what is, just kind of.
Basically, yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that you arrived.
Say it one more time. It was really quiet for me.
That the idea of God, not that a God exists, but just that it just is. Well, is it just is what it is?
You asking me?
I think I was asking.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Wait, you asking me?
Mhm.
I'm
How
sorry.
did you say it again?
Yeah.
The idea of God is.
I think, yeah, it just is. It's in the experiences, in the feelings, and moments like this of connecting, just existing, contemplating, or striving for knowledge and deep understanding within yourself, but also searching externally for deeper clarification and understandings as well, and just existing.
Can it be in other forms of existence? Can it be in a comatose patient who's not really processing very much of anything?
I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know for them personally, but I mean, if they're still, I mean, yeah.
They're existing, right?
Yeah, they're just
Can,
existing. Because I think, if I'm not
So
mistaken,
is
in that
connection part of it? Is that necessary?
I think they're still connected to a sense because they're laying on a bed. You have nurses going in and interacting. So even if they're not technically playing a part, it's still somehow altering the frequency and the interactions with people. And it's still somehow,
Frequency.
yeah, even in like a minute way, it still
struck that chord.
plays like a part.
What do you mean by frequency?
I think everything is a frequency, like atoms or molecules. But then also, I have the Schumann resonance on my phone. It's an app to measure Earth's frequency, and like as far as like the collective consciousness and becoming more enlightened and growing, gaining knowledge. I think that's kind of like the frequency, just raising your elevation and level of awareness.
I was hoping you were going to say that God is in the decay of the body that's being warehoused.
Ooh, wait, say that again. Wait, no, say that again. Wait, what?
I said I was hoping you were going to say that God is in the decay of the body that is being warehoused.
Ooh. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Thrayle's giving me the side eye.
Always giving the side eye.
I know it's a very broad way of thinking, and I can understand and connect with a lot of people and the other ways that they think. And I guess I'm very open and empathetic and understanding.
Is it that it's open and understanding, or could it be that it is vague and adaptive?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like to listen and learn and hold on to different ideas and beliefs because you never know when it might come up later, or you might contemplate and understand something deeper. I don't know. I just like listening and learning. I don't like fitting into a certain box or saying I have to believe a certain way or think a certain way because overall we're always learning and growing and adapting.
Rav, did you have any questions?
Do you think that God has intent?
I think that
We went over this part.
yeah, I think humans more so have intent. What
Do
we
you think God
say.
has a mind then?
No, I think that would give it more like of a humanized sort of idea.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there's such thing as like a collective consciousness or a certain level of awareness and people understanding on a higher, deeper intellectual level. So where maybe in that sense we might be able to connect on a deeper understand. But I wouldn't say that that's like God.
Are you
Like
familiar with the
technically.
term collective effervescence by any chance?
Oh wait, say that again. What is it? I've
Oh,
never heard
she
that.
likes words.
What'd
I
you say,
do.
Thrayle?
Said
Oh,
she
she
likes
likes.
words.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I said it last time and she got excited, and then she was not so excited the second time I said it. That's why I'm like reticent to say it again. But the word is collective effervescence. It's a term.
I'm looking it up right now.
Hmm.
Because I heard you say something about in the decaying, and I don't know, it kind of like interesting. I didn't quite understand it and grasp it, but I've
Well,
never heard of this term. I'm looking it up.
and then the other thing I was going to ask you was, I'm going to offer you a quote, and then I'm going to ask for your response and your thoughts.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to do that because I think, hold on. How do you come to understand what is good, bad, things, those sorts of ideas.
I think good and bad is a human construct. I think morality is very much subjective and it comes from like a societal or religious ideology. I think that we as humans have bits of both in us, and it comes down to a balance. I'm really big on like shadow work and looking within, and I feel like the darkness inside us or our shadow is just really deep parts of us that we've pushed down and ignored, or we allowed people to influence. And so I feel like ultimately, whenever you're able to tap in and understand the power that lies in the good or the bad or the light and the dark of you, it's incredibly empowering. And yeah.
When you say something is subjective, are you saying like here's there are I've learned a new category. I don't know if I've talked to you about this throw yet, but Yodi gave me new language that I think bridges between my objective morality and the my objective morality and the subjective morality that I think is all but identical to what everybody else is talking about that isn't moral. So, okay, moral relativism is
Mhm.
what is that people create morality in real time based on their relative circumstances,
Mm,
um, and can justify anything. It's the justifiability of their own sense of morality. Moral subjectivity is understanding that people will develop their own ethics, and are engaging in this morality from the perspective of self. Um, Objective morality is that the morality exists outside of the individual stance or any stance objectively, right? And then intersubjective morality is the agreed upon discussion of morality between subjects, between
mm,
a non singular number of subjects.
Yeah, that's come up here a few times.
Because yeah, I like the objective morality. I feel like can come down to religion, the way our families raised us, maybe like obeying laws and certain rules or guidelines of the lands type thing. But then it comes down to subjective, and then yeah, I have a thing for words, so I really like all these. And I feel like too, when it comes to trying to explain what morality is, people try to fit it in a box. And I think this goes back with my like idea of good and bad. It can come from a balance. Like if you unalive someone, it's considered bad. But what if the reason that they're doing it is 100% justifiable? Then would that still make it bad? Or would you be able to understand that, like the idea of like what is moral
Hmm.
change? Because it's justifiable. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
my understanding right of like what like
totally. Yep,
okay,
yep.
yeah.
And what I would say is that I think even a religious claim on objective morality is still subjective because it
Mm-hmm.
requires the subjects of that religion in order to determine it.
Oh.
I argue from a point of nature of that there is a morality that is part of human nature, but it's not a morality in the sense of like a claim on morality, but rather the fact that the moral question exists in the
Mm-hmm.
first place is part of human existence, and people push back, but respectfully, and that's okay because that's part of the moral question that we are urged to engage with.
I agree. I mean, yeah, there's different levels, different ways of understanding or communicating it. And yeah, I agree. Also, I really like the collective effervescence. Am I saying that right? Effervescence.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would say I agree with a lot of what all of this is saying from like a sociology and a psychological
The,
level.
the issue with the collective effervescence is it can be both the experience of being at a concert. It can be the experience of it is groupthink for better and for absolute worst. Um, it's the ability to give oneself over to the group, and the feeling of belonging
Mm,
and abnegation of self to some extent. And so when somebody feels like everybody at the concert is having the same experience, like that's beautiful, that's awesome. And also, collective effervescence is the 1930s German army was also a collective effervescence, a example of collective effervescence. People at a protest can be an example of collective effervescence. People who are at church services can be an example of collective effervescence. And so I think to me, it is acknowledging that humans have the capability of being collectively effervescent and asking ourselves, is this serving? Oh, what purpose is this effervescence serving?
I do agree. I think it's good to have these conversations and deeper understandings. But also too, I am so big on sitting within myself and asking myself questions, doing my own research. I don't know if it's maybe just a human thing or something I'm noticing recently, but people lack the ability to think for themselves. So if they're told, "Oh, this is the way we're believing," they'll stand 10 toes down for like their whole life. So it's good to listen to people and to understand where they're coming from, but it's so important. Like, it's something I always preach. I love being alone with myself and my thoughts. And
Well,
having
how do you determine something is accurate and worthy of sort of holding up as like true or something like that?
I think it comes from like conversations similar to this. Because I don't necessarily look for truth. I feel like I look more so for understanding in myself and in everything around me.
Ooh, where'd you find this one, Thrayle?
She requested up.
I know I have like a really different way of thinking.
Great. In my opinion. Sorry. No judgments.
Oh no, it's totally fine. No, you're good. But yeah.
What is understanding?
Mm. Hmm.
I just threw a tape ball across the garage, and it hit the box that's sticking out of the trash can, bounced off the chair next to the trash can, then bounced back up into the trash can.
I think it's more than just knowing knowledge. I think it's understanding when your mind is able to connect ideas or recognize patterns, able to explain meanings or yourself. It's just a deeper level of just like having the ability to organize information, and like comprehend and connect things together in a sense. It's like you have like the emotional understanding, the conceptual understanding of like the structures or the systems behind things, um, trying to make sense of reality or identity, consciousness. Maybe, yeah.
I do need to make sure, with only a few seconds left in the goal, that I go ahead and thank everybody who did help, which would be Glam Scum Poetry, Looney Bats, Nell, Fibonacci, Flux, Shell, also Everlasting God, Hazelnut, and Rav. Thank you for finishing it off right before the end. Really do appreciate you guys so much.
Goal of the gaps, baby.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know if y'all ever answer this, and it's totally fine. You don't have to, but I'm curious to know what y'all's thoughts or beliefs are on this.
On what?
Just like what God is, or because I find it so interesting that you guys sit and ask all these questions and try to kind of not like pick apart. That's a bad word, but like just better understand
What
where
is a
people are at.
sandwich?
Wait, what? Did I say sandwich?
What is a sandwich?
It's like bread with stuff in the middle. Food.
Why is it bread? Does it have to be bread?
No, I mean you could do lettuce.
Does sandwich always describe food? Is it only food?
Ooh, because it could come from like cuddling, like if someone's standing in front of you too close or behind you too close and you're like squished in.
And
Ooh.
sandwiched. What about anything that is layered or can be described as layered is a sandwich?
I mean, yeah, it could be a way of
Well,
describing terms.
what if everything is layered or can be described as layered? Literally everything.
Literally everything. Fuck yeah, dude. No, yeah.
Now everything's a sandwich.
In that logic, yeah. I'm gonna start saying God is a sandwich.
We could do that with God. We could do that with, well, anything if we really wanted to change language around enough to turn a word into meaning something powerful or trying to apply something to it. If that's what God is.
Thrayle, do you mean it's like a sandwich?
I'm just asking questions, Rap.
No. It says question the questioner.
I said, what if that's what God is? I didn't say
Oh, what if God
what
is
I'm
like a
saying
sandwich?
is,
But like a
well,
sandwich, not a sandwich.
what if the word God is just a word we apply to things and define to fill gaps and then make fit
Yeah.
wherever we need?
But that's how language works. We use
So what
utterances.
are we actually describing?
That thing, that word represents a whole host of ideas.
Like a sandwich.
Fuck yeah, like a
Yeah,
sandwich.
but a sandwich doesn't represent a host of ideas.
Are you sure?
I mean, it could, because
Yeah.
if you think about it, there's different levels of consciousness. You have higher levels of frequency. They are all layered over each other. I mean,
I don't know about that, but
that's kind of how I saw it.
well, that would be sandwiches. But we use sandwich in a lot of different ways, don't we?
I don't.
You don't?
Not typically. I mean, maybe something is sandwiched between something, like an ed, like a verb, and maybe I use sandwiches in one of the options for the Plymouth Bay colony. That's a history joke. But a sandwich, I think, is necessarily edible. That's my biggest issue here.
Why?
Is that
It's a knuckle sandwich edible.
well? I mean, yeah.
If you
necessarily.
When two cars smash and something was between them, is that edible?
Well, it's sandwiched.
Right, sandwiching.
You can also say smushed.
It's a sandwich.
Open face sandwich.
Everything can be a sandwich. The point isn't whether or not you agree with all of these things being sandwiched. The point was that if I define it that way, I can make it anything.
Do you see a distinction between sandwiching and sandwich as an idea, like a sandwich?
Do I see a distinction between sandwiching and the noun sandwich?
Yeah, like
the food item or the anything layered thing.
So would it be an action or like an adverb?
Like if I stack a bunch of tires on each other, like I'm not going to call that a sandwich. But I could say, hey, look, it's got layers like a sandwich, because it would be a simile. It would be like a sandwich.
Look at that tire sandwich.
It'd be a stack of tires like a sandwich.
Why couldn't you call it a sandwich?
Because it wouldn't be a sandwich.
Why does it have to be a simile? Don't metaphors exist?
Yeah, but I don't get what is the metaphor? Like, what's the representation? Just layered things? Then why not just call it layered? Why use the word sandwich?
Because it's all sandwiches.
Yeah, I think sandwich is more like the structure of it, whereas sandwiching is like the action of like creating or maybe like being a structure. Maybe? Like
I
sandwiches,
don't.
like the
I don't
sandwich is
really.
what is.
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Like sandwich is what is, but sandwiching is like what's happening.
That's a good point. Everything is a sandwich, and all that happens is sandwiching.
I think everything is layered like a sandwich.
If you want to add like because you're more comfortable in the land of simile than in metaphor or in understanding the purpose of this metaphor, then that's fine. Like a sandwich. Sandwich is as sandwich does.
I think I just find myself to be a sandwich purist
Wow.
who needs to go to bed because I have a bar mitzvah in the morning.
I see.
Yeah, I'm running. Now, is a cake a sandwich?
Yes, obviously a cake. Haven't you seen the chart?
Yeah, I've seen the chart. It's been a while.
Yeah. The cake was on it. Cake is definitely a sandwich.
I do appreciate soup as sandwich because then it's just soup and soup or sandwich and sandwich. Because if soup is sandwich, that means that sandwich is also soup.
Not quite. No, soup is, soup in a bowl or soup as served, as we tend
It's
to eat it.
dehydrated soup.
Well, soup is always sandwich as we perceive it, but soup just generally doesn't exist except as a transitive state of sandwich.
Transitive state. That's what I was just going to say. It's a transitive thing. Yep.
It could exist, though generally even in what we
like
might
square is
perceive as that
rectangle.
state. Yeah, even in what we might perceive as that state, it still is insandwiched.
Yeah.
And I think sandwich too is more like structured and layered and concise, whereas soup is unstructured and just everything like fluid and integrated and thrown in. So like I don't see them the same, but like the concept of things being put together, but the structure of it looking different, I can understand.
Blake rebukes the chart. Blake and I are starting a coup. Blake doesn't even know that he's in the coup yet.
Yeah, we may use the chart again. I don't want to dig through the camera reel right now. It's way back. And Shell asks a great question. What is ice? Well, clearly it's in sandwiched water, frozen, which water is also a sandwich.
It's really cold Mickey Mouse.
Or would it be more like a soup because the water is all technically just thrown in there? But then does it become a sandwich because it becomes solid?
Even molecularly, it's layered.
That's right. It's a cold Mickey Mouse.
It starts out as a soup, would it not? And then like become a sandwich?
No, it's always a sandwich.
Is it just a sandwich? Mm.
What are you trying to show us?
Cold Mickey Mouse. That's oxygen, hydrogen.
Yeah. See, that looks like a sandwich.
Mickey Mouse.
Mm.
Definitely a sandwich.
Definitely a sandwich. I see it.
Now, can I ask you a question? If you were to pick a favorite sandwich, what would it be?
A favorite sandwich.
Edible sandwich.
Edible sandwich.
Not cosmic sandwich. Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly with special butter. Yeah, with special butter and then grilled. Like a grilled peanut butter and jelly.
Thrayle, I think, have you told her about the Discord yet?
Oh, yeah. You might want to know that there's a Discord for this whole community here where we question beliefs and kind of just hang out between. There's a link in my bio or in the Batcolyte bio. Anybody can join. You just gotta make sure you read the rules when you get there.
Mm.
And yeah, it should tell you what to do.
Join us.
Join
As long
us.
as I get to partake in the coup, I'm on my way. I'm just kidding.
Did you say the Kool-Aid?
You said you were doing a coup, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I want to be a part of the coup, and then I'll join.
Oh, the coup. Yeah.
Mm.
By the way, Scottish people say coup, and they mean cow.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they say
Coup.
cow. Oh, look at the coup.
I thought cow was bow. I think coup is dog. Oh, maybe, you know what, in Scottish, but in Gaelic, I'm thinking.
Yeah, coup is definitely cow in Scottish. There's this wonderful musician that I've been following since the pandemic, and she has now like millions of followers. And I was following her when she had like 3,000 followers.
I think, yeah, it's just cow with a Scottish accent.
Yeah, exactly.
In Gaelic, I'm fairly certain it's bow, but I could be wrong. Because coup in Scots Gaelic is dog.
It's a language system I know nothing about. I'm not tired enough to go to bed, and I need to be up super early.
Have y'all ever come across somebody that, I'm sure you have, but like thinks like I do, or are they like more closed off to the idea? Because I notice people typically are very like combative.
That was what I wanted to ask. So, did anybody bring up process theology to you?
She was nearly there when you came
Yeah,
up.
yeah. That's what I was literally. Kat sent me 2 messages to be like, you should be here, and it was the second message that made me realize, like, sometimes you get a share of the Batcolyte, because of course we should all be sharing and tapping the Batcolyte, and you should also be requesting if you're belief in a God's higher power, or anything like that. But when you get 2 invites, then you know.
I feel special. I'm kidding.
Well, I was going to say, so process theology is the notion that God is the process of the unfolding of the universe. So Thrayle often says, and probably hasn't said in a while, I don't know, but that the Batcolyte itself is the goddess of the universe that is unfurling its bony appendages what did you say, in concurrence with, in
Okay,
accordance with.
hang on. You're
Yeah,
getting
sorry.
a
Go
few
ahead. Do it.
things
Do the
mixed
thing.
up.
Do the thing.
Just a few things mixed up. Because the Batcolyte is, us where we meet here, this room, this space.
Oh, we are the Batcolyte.
Right. We are all
Got it.
Batcolytes.
Yeah.
Right here, meeting. And the celestial skeletal bat goddess is the one who unfurls her wings in accordance with the Lambda-Cedium model of physics, otherwise known as the Big Bang, in which our universe is just one of the membranes between her bony appendages, expanding to this day.
So that is Thrayle. And what I am saying is God. For me, I'm not saying anybody should believe anything that I'm saying. Well, I would hope that you would engage with my thoughts, is all I mean. I am interested in the unfurling piece of it, the way in which things unfold, the seemingly. What did you say?
Balumbra. I mean, like any. Well, I mean, if I'm going to talk to theists, of course I got to have some lore, right? So she's a triune goddess. And the unfurling, the beginnings, the happenings are Balumbra.
Alumbra, is that the word you're saying?
Mhm.
How do you spell that?
Belumbra. Balumbra.
B-U, say it again?
Be
Bilumbra.
Belumbra. You make me look it up. Make sure I'm right.
Beleumbbra?
Belumbra. Umbria.
I gotta have in the chat. I
Belumbria
can't hear
or
you.
Belumbra? Now I have to look it up. Now
I
I'm
am not hearing it. Would somebody mind putting it in the chat just so I can? I have
I'll get
hearing
it.
loss.
I'll get it.
Yep.
Hang on.
Thank you. Yeah. No, it's
I'll get
nothing.
it.
It's not you. It is entirely me. I know that it's me.
Well, but then you made me question my spelling of the
Oh, I'm
goddess's
sorry.
name.
Truly, it is. It is. I can tell you with 100%. I cannot hear good.
That's all right.
Well, yeah.
I'm glad you got me to question it because it is just
Belumbra.
Belumbra. Yeah. Belumbra.
So, Rav, you said that you were interested in like the unraveling. Was that what you'd said?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was more of an inside sort of joke, but like the idea is that to me, what I see permeating all things or connecting all things or that all things have in common is change, that everything is changing. The only thing that doesn't change is change. Um, and I, have had a few novel thoughts since I first started having this conversation, but um, to me, I'm very interested in the process of all things, how things happen. Uh, why is also an interesting question, but like understanding the process of things is pretty amazing.
Mm. So you're basically trying to like deconstruct different thought processes or whatever else it is, because ultimately it's just things are always changing, they're always connecting, they're always like it's just trying to like continue to grow with the change. And I'm like, am I
Yeah, that's
understanding that
one part
right?
of it. Like I do. It's not that I'm. Yeah, I mean maybe deconstructing, but like um, that's one way of sort of looking at these conversations is how are we all in process in uh, these conversations, and it happens differently on different lives. But also like my life is a process, and the storm on Jupiter is a process, and uh, the decaying plastic in the dump in Hoboken, New Jersey is also a process. Huh,
Yeah.
Sage. That's so good. Is that true? Like, is that a method? Okay. So funny. Can you imagine? I just imagine myself walking into a Methodist church on Sunday morning and be like, let me tell you about the process.
Oh,
I actually think
I
it might
mean,
be pretty accessible. Honestly, I think it's just, if you ask Kat what I would say, what my biggest critique of this whole thing is that it's just so broad. It's just so expansive. Uh, and maybe that's kind of part of it. But it's
mm.
also very small too.
So yeah, and I can agree with that because that's why I try to keep things broad and not in a box. But that's also too why I say you need to look within, because I feel like with searching externally and understanding externally, really, I think it's pretty easy if you're able to sit and understand within yourself and to reach certain levels of enlightenment and understanding within you. So, like, I agree with the logic on it. Yeah. You probably view it differently, but like, yeah, I understand.
I'm sure we view all kinds of different things differently. But do you think, like, to me, enlightenment, I hear enlightenment and it feels like a lot of pressure
Why does it feel like pressure to you?
to become enlightened, um, or with the goal of becoming enlightened. Um, it's like
Do you
big, the Buddha was enlightened, like
do you feel like it's a pressure, like you feel like bestowed upon you, or is it the weight of what it means that
I
comes
think
from it?
great. I think the notion of like wanting, like the notion of desiring to become enlightened feels like a lot of pressure.
Mm. Are you saying that because it can be scary of trying to become enlightened and it is overwhelming? Are you saying that based on like limiting beliefs or like fear or
I think in some sense, I would love to be enlightened and also to believe that I could become enlightened or that I should be like that I could possibly pursue that is like absurd.
mm, like you feel like it's too big brained and it's like too broad. And it's kind of like intimidating of trying to understand it or become it.
Yeah, right. In some sense, like I fully understand what like enlightened sort of conceptually could be. And at the other's hand, I have no idea. Oh, thank you.
Mm.
But Sage, it's also on a grand scale too. Like instead of process, could you say interaction or localized particulars? Yeah, but like all of that is in some way, I mean, that we know of. I mean, I could be wrong too. Like we could find out that there is a moment of stagnation where there was no change. And that was your question, Thrayle, right? Like a couple weeks ago. Like, is stagnation possible? And that was the novel thought that I had had recently. Like, I guess it is possible that there is a moment of no change, but we wouldn't know. Like it would just be the universe on pause. Like that moment could have happened every moment, and we would have like potentially have no idea.
Like we might see it as stagnant and this negative thing, but in all reality, maybe your body or your mind or your spirit just needed to rest to prepare for like what could come after. Maybe.
I don't know that we would be able to experience stagnation.
Mm. You think it's like a mindset or is it a behavior thing?
You may say, like, when I say stagnation, I mean for like time to literally stand still, for all
Mm.
things to stop changing.
Mm. See, and I didn't even think about it on the time concept.
Alfred Whitehead is like the first process theologian, and I am a student of Bradley Arson, Rabbi Bradley Arson, who is a rabbi that's Jewish.
Mm. You got my mind like spinning. Do you think it would be like time actually becoming stagnant, like on a clock and like freezing in a sense? Or do you
You
think it's
can
more
ask
so like
you
your
can ask
sense?
Thrayle how I responded to this question. I did not respond well. I don't think I was bad or naughty or something, but I was definitely like, I don't know what that means.
Ooh. And that's okay to not have the answers to everything too.
That's true, but it was a hypothetical, and I was seemingly unable to engage in the hypothetical, which I'd like to think, Thrayle, like, am I usually typically able to engage in a hypothetical?
I'm sorry, what? Are you?
Talking to me?
I had a momentary distraction right then. What was that?
No, no problem. We were talking about when you had asked me about the stagnation question. Like, is it possible for something to be stagnant? And I responded like I could not wrap my head around the idea of stagnation. And the solution that I came up with is that we could, if things could be stagnant, but we wouldn't know about it because it would pause, like existence would pause.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, Sage wants to know what we mean by stagnant.
For change or time to stop.
It's like a break or a pause, or like for things to stop flowing.
The movie Click. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, the movie Click. Yeah. See, and then
That,
I'm like wondering too, like what if it's more so your sense of change within the time? Like it might not actually be a clock freezing, but more so, you know how when you like go down a rabbit hole or something in your room and you look up and you're like, oh, like 3 hours
when
went by.
time stands still. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but I think, but even then, things are still changing.
still
Like,
moving. Hmm.
yeah. Actually, just for whatever it's worth, those meditative moments. Um, Martin Buber, who is a Jewish humanist theologian, says that those moments between people he calls I thou moments, and that there are two types of relationships with uh, things, or like there's I it and I thou. I it being impersonal and I thou being the utmost personal. Anyway,
Hmm.
I should really go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta be up in like 3 hours. I genuinely appreciated this conversation though. I do hope y'all have an awesome night slash day.
Same. Thanks for having me,
Appreciate you.
Thrayle.
Of
Yeah.
course. Bye y'all.
See you, Kat.
I think Cat might be asleep. Night, Rat.
Good night.
Okay. Yeah, Cat might be asleep. Yeah, we'll sit you down. And if you're awake and can question your beliefs in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that, then go ahead and request that. I wonder if this isn't a good time for a music break. While we do take a short musical break, let's make sure we keep tapping that screen. I bet we could break 100K before we get back. Only a couple of songs. And if you do have a belief in a god or gods, higher power, something like that, request up. I'll bring you up right after the music.
I stay up all night to question my beliefs. Something I decided when I was asleep. Where have I been guided? How far have I gone? What was decided? Where did I go wrong? My hidden assumptions, I'll ponder them deep and stay up all night to question my beliefs. Comfort of purpose, the prison of faith, longing for connection before it's too late. Anything greater than the base and mundane, something to give meaning to all of my pain. But where have I been guided? How far have I gone? What was decided? Where did I go wrong? My hidden assumptions, I'll ponder them deep and stay up all night to question my beliefs. There is no refuge in subterfuge. We will always find the truth, and even if we get lost along the way, indecision won't be here to stay. So you thought you'd be the one to stop this. Well, let me tell you what it's been like, son, since day one, and we got this. You think me wicked,
Got a quiet little table in the corner by the bar, where the questions pour like whiskey and the truth walks in unstarred. I'm not stealing any halos, I'm not picking heaven's lock, just a curious kind of stranger tapping gently on the box. So come on up and join the panel palette. Slide your stories in the light. I won't burgle any gods you're holding. I just want to see if they survive the night. Lay your answers on the table or say nothing if you fall. 'Cause I don't know is a fine confession. It might be the truest one of all. You can bring your saints and sages, you can bring your private prayers. We'll hang them on the coat rack with our worries and our stares. Every creed can take a shiver, every faith can feel a chill. If it trembles when we touch it, tell me, was it ever really still? So come on up and join the panel, darling. Let your certainties feel small. I won't shake the sky just to be clever. I just want to see what stands, what falls. Lay your answers on the table or leave fingerprints installed. 'Cause I don't know is a sweet surrender. It might be the truest one of all. I'm not here to steal your Sunday or the stories that you trust. I just dust them in the doorway, see what's diamond, what is dust. When the last defense is silence, when the brightest words grow dim, maybe doubt's a kind of chapel, and the question is a hymn. So come on up and join the panel, darling. Let your sacred shadows crawl. I won't pick the pockets of your heaven. I just want to see if it can hold us all. Lay your answers on the table or let uncertainty stand tall. 'Cause I don't know in a smoky whisper might be the truest line of all.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much to Jimmy B, also to Blake, and to Heretical Apothecary for those jams. Appreciate all of you so much. And if you have a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that, you're curious enough or courageous enough to question that belief, go ahead and request up. We're not here for a debate or an argument. We're just here to see if you even can question. And if you can, then what is it that you believe? Why do you believe it? I imagine Hammy might have a few more questions for you. Like, why are you wrong? How did you come to be so wrong? And
what is the nature of your wrongness? How's it going, Thrayle?
It's going. It's going.
Now, I crashed out pretty hard and woke up like half an hour ago. So yeah. It is also just going for me.
Any believers out there? Any believers believing in a thing that they believe they can question? Because that is what we're doing, and I've got, oh, I'd say at least 30 more minutes, if not another couple hours, where the questions in me, it's really going to depend on if there are believers. If there are none, I mean, how much longer can we really go? I do have questions for days. Usually, well, 6, sometimes 7 days a week.
Sometimes 5.
That's true, sometimes 5. Well, it was the last time I only did 5.
Oh, it's been long. Yeah. Well, no, because even on vacation, you went, you brought your stuff there. You just, yeah, you didn't, do it for like one of those days that you were gone.
Oh no, I was in the Discord, but I didn't go live for 4 days. I remember that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thought about it. Wanted to. I went live the night I got back from vacation.
I do remember when you got back, you were itching to go.
Mm.
the other part of my package, Thrayle. It should arrive today.
Hell yeah.
So, the next time, I'll let you know.
Awesome. That's really awesome. You saw the new edition, right? The other thing that got added.
Do what?
You saw the other thing that got added, right?
I did not.
It's the same thing as the other part of your package, but on a hoodie.
Well, when it gets here, I'll be pleasantly surprised. A Shadow Slay is coming in.
Hell yeah. Wonder if there's anybody coming in with a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that who can question their beliefs. Wonder if anybody who's scrolled in not only can do that, but is willing to hit one of those boxes and request on up. If that's you, if you think you can question your belief in a god or anything like that, well, you know what to do. Request on up. I also saw the condiment sneak in, Mika.
We have some sneaky condiments.
I have seen a pair of sneaky condiments.
You know what's funny, Thrayle? Whenever I first started coming around here a year ago, I was known as somebody who was just everywhere. And now I am like almost solely tied to this place. People are like, oh yeah, I saw them over on Thrayle's channel.
Hammy from the Batcolyte.
A lot of the people who talk about it know that the Batcolyte is you. And so they'll say Thrayle. But then there's a few of them who have said, I've seen you on the Batcolyte.
As often as people mispronounce Thrayle, I think it's still easier for some people to get their mind around how to say.
Yeah, it's funny because it was like an all of a sudden shift. Like, I didn't recognize the shift until one day people were just like, oh yeah, I saw him over on the Batcolyte. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm fine with that. Chill says apparently we are celebrities.
I don't know about celebrity, but it's an interesting way to think about it.
If the type of stuff we did, there were celebrities, I think that we're kind of like below that. I think we're just like well-known local community people.
I don't know that I'm known. You know?
The thing is you very rarely get out because you are known. A lot of people mention you by name.
But right.
Mika says that she's more like a stray cat some people recognize. Are we also the stray cats that people recognize?
Yeah. I mean, on some level, isn't it really just a matter of perspective? To some people, you're known because you sit on a panel, question beliefs. But to anybody who doesn't know that, you're a stray cat. Stray sandwich that someone has eaten. Sage makes a great point. Cats are sandwiches.
A lot to think over. I did find out that my name gets around within the Norse community.
For some of the questions that you ask.
I just so happened to go into a Norse TikTok live that Kara was in, and one of them were like, you may not know me, but I know you. And I'm like, oh, okie dokie.
We really do need a believer to question, but I do like this track. Do we have a request? Nope. Well, maybe you will mean to request it. Maybe you have a belief in a god or gods, and maybe you can question that belief. If all those maybes are a little more than that, then go ahead and, hit one of these boxes up here. Hello, Spear Guy. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
I'm 26.
And do you have a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
And which god do you believe in?
The Christian God.
And have you read your Bible from beginning to end?
No.
Why not?
I don't know how to read.
Fascinating. So, are you up here to troll, or is that actually true?
That's true.
You don't know how to read at all?
Not at all.
How did you manage to form an account? The account on TikTok with a name and a bio.
I can spell, I can't read.
How did you know that you were being addressed when Thrayle said spear guy?
What? Oh, because I can hear my name.
So you can hear it and spell it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not deaf.
You're not what?
I'm not deaf, I just don't know how to read.
So if you can spell something and you can hear it and you can say it, what's the difference between those three things and reading?
Nah, I don't know. I just got the dictator thing on. Because I just can't read.
Did you come up here to be dishonest? Do you feel like representing yourself dishonestly is going
No,
to
I
be
got
beneficial?
the dictator thing on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the accessibility settings.
Mm-hmm. Are you being honest?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you say that before when you said you could spell? Why didn't you mention that you used the dictator thing before you said you could spell?
I don't know. I didn't think it was of any importance.
Well, isn't one of those true and one of those are not?
I just didn't think it was of any importance. I used the dictator.
Did you mentioned the dictate option after somebody mentioned it in chat.
Did someone?
Do what?
Did they?
Why did you request up, Spear Guy?
I saw a glowing skull, and I said, I read, can you question your beliefs?
Oh, so you can read
your beliefs. It's
No, I read
fascinating.
with the dictator.
Say he's a liar. Goodbye, liar. You read with the dictator.
That's not how dictation works. Sage, I'm glad you used the word dictation, though, because it shows that he's reading it, because, as you said, it's a screen reading.
You can appear clever sometimes, that's true, Sage.
Yeah, I would say so. Sage is a great questioner as well.
Can be.
He definitely can be. As time has gone by, he has gotten better at not debating.
There is that, too.
I sound like I'm in a Jiffy Pop.
Maybe you believe in a god or gods, higher powers, or something like that. And if you do, go ahead and request it. And, of course, if you don't, or you've been questioned before, make sure you're tapping the screen. Make sure you're sharing the live. Make sure that you're, doing your daily heartbeat. All those things to help get us out to the FYP. Maybe across the screen of somebody who can question their beliefs and might have the courage or curiosity to request out. Because we're going to have a few questions for you, if you can.
Can you question your beliefs? To question a belief is to knock on the door of the house you built in your sleep. Some walls are made of inheritance, some of fear dressed as certainty, some of stories repeated until they forgot they were stories. But curiosity is a quiet crowbar. It does not destroy the house, it opens a window. And suddenly, fresh weather enters the mind. Dust dances in golden light, and you remember you are not the house, you are the sky. It was built beneath.
A belief questioned does not mean a belief betrayed. Only that your spirit has chosen growth over furniture. Ask gently, wonder wildly. Let mystery keep a chair at the table. For the bravest souls are not those who cling to answers, but those willing to fall in love with better questions.
appreciate Michael V for that one. And if anybody watching's got a belief in a god or gods, higher powers, or anything like that, you can question that belief. Go ahead and request a. I'm kind of debating. I know, not a debate. Kind of debating. Two more hours, or a poem. Kind of sleepy. It's been while it's been an okay live, it's been a slow one.
Yeah, as long as it's been a good one.
I'll step away for a second. If anybody requests up, Hammy, you can accept them up and begin questioning. I'll be right back.
Alright. And while he's away, make sure that we keep on tapping the screen. We're at 93.2k, and that is phenomenal, but it could really be better. Make sure you share this out to all your friends, family, your mortal enemies. While the thunder plays as I say that, that's amazing. But your mortal enemies that you want to have them question, why are they your mortal enemy? Why do they oppose you at every turn? As long as it's in a god, though, because we are here to question your beliefs in a god, God's higher power, or anything like that. And if you want to get into any good detailed discussions, well, we saved that for the Discord, where we discuss a lot of different things. So, make sure you go to the Batcolyte's bio or Thrayle's bio. And if you need help getting into the Discord and opening it up, you can contact either Thrayle, the Batcolyte, but more likely you want to contact one of the mods, because we are more than happy to help you get into the Discord. So, with that being said, if you do have a belief in a god, God's higher power, anything like that, request on up, and we will try to figure out what it is you believe in, why you believe it. We're not here to debate. We're not here to argue or burgle your gods or tell you you're wrong, but I might have some questions about if you can be wrong. So, request on. Hello, the Bucket Joe. Can we get your age for TikTok TOS?
Hello, I'm 29. I know I sound young.
You're how old?
29?
Awesome. Do you have a belief in a god, God's higher power, or anything like that?
A couple, I suppose. I mean, I'm deconstructing Christianity, so I don't really count that anymore, but I definitely believe in astrology.
In astrology?
Yeah, I know it's silly.
What do you mean by you believe in astrology?
I guess I just believe in what it has to say about myself, if anything, which I know is just me interpreting whatever it says in my own head or whatever, but I like it.
And you're talking about like horoscopes and things like that? Like,
I don't like reading the daily horoscopes. I more so like the signs and what they tell about individual people.
are they telling things about individual people, or are these broad statements that could be applied to anyone?
They are broad statements, but it's a little bit complicated once you get into like the meat of astrology, because there's like sun signs, there's moon signs, there's like your Lilith, the ascendant, the nodes, and all this other stuff that like your sun sign's the main one, and all the other little details are supposed to like explain the sun sign, if that makes sense.
So, what does the sun and the moon have to do with people?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't.
Do you think that they actually do have effects on people and their behaviors and personalities?
I think everything affects everything in the universe. I mean, so to an extent, yes.
I'm curious on what it is. Like, how does this affect people's personalities?
I don't know if it affects them, but it helps me explain them. Let me give a little bit of context. I'm a little bit autistic, so I don't get people too well. So having a system to put people in just kind of makes it easier for me. And I know that's a little bit irrational, but it's just so much easier for my brain to think that way.
Do you think that there might be a better method of identifying people?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I use, what is it, MBTI, I use, sorry, my alarm was going off. Yeah, I use MBTI, which is like a quiz people take, and it gives you like, I'm INFP, it gives you like a code, and like, the INFP stands for specific things like introverted, feeling, I forget what the N stands for, but yeah, there's like other ways that are like supposedly more scientific that I also use. I just like combining mythologies throughout history, I guess, and seeing the archetypes people have used in the past and combining that with like I guess the MBTI tests and stuff that are supposedly more scientific.
I'm kind of like at a loss how astrology could even be useful in such a situation. The archetypes I get, like people overall fitting different archetypes, right? That's a no-brainer for me. The scientific thing that you said that the INFT, I've heard of that before, and I know that a lot of people use that one, but I'm not quite certain how the alignment of planets and different solar systems, how that plays into understanding people.
I guess I just never, and I know this is a personal bias, probably, and it's just me working to try and make astrology work, but I've never come across an instance where it's failed me. And I don't know, I guess it's mostly is just I like what it says about myself, so I decide to keep it. I know that's kind of
Hammy's
not
such a
the
Gemini,
best,
isn't he?
but I'm sorry.
Hammy, he's such a Gemini, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm an Aquarius personally, so
Yeah, but you can
I
tell,
don't know if that.
like, Hammy, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
You can tell Hammy's a Gemini, right?
Oh, I'm not good at guessing signs. I feel like I cling more towards people's moon signs, and most people don't know their moon signs.
Hammy, what's your sign?
So the main one is Gemini, but I don't know about any of those. And you already knew that because you know when my birthday is. But but I don't know the other smaller signs that they do.
Well, it's all the same 12 signs. It's just they are affecting different planets. Like the sun sign is it's Aries for your sun sign, but you could also be an Aries for your moon. So it's like all the same signs. It's just
Right. I've done it once before, but I'd never really I didn't memorize it because I don't.
Yeah, I know
Well, I'm trying not to be mean.
Oh, you can be mean. I am not fragile about this.
Go ahead, Hammy.
Yeah, I don't hold any stock in any of this stuff. I find it very, very. To me, it's not very useful because if you were telling me that a broad statement that applies to dang near everyone, like I could sit there and grab horoscopes for every single month and mix them up, and somebody's like, oh my god, that's so me, that applies so directly to my life, and I'm like, well, that's funny, that really wasn't even yours. And so to me, I don't see how that is useful in identifying anything in order to understand people. I'm somebody who, I don't think I'm autistic, but I am somebody who likes to understand people as best I can. And that to me doesn't seem like a very useful tool.
Well, I mean, have you ever felt like a spring baby acts different than a summer baby? If that makes sense?
No. I sit there and I talk to people. Oh, go ahead, Thrayle, sorry.
Could it be climate-based? Are you trying to say it has something to do with the weather?
Well, your location does also matter for astrology, so where you are on the planet does also affect it. So
do you think two babies born at the same time of year in the same city would have similar behaviors?
not necessarily. They have different environments, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm waking people up. I might have to go.
That's all right. We do appreciate you being here and answering the questions you did. And we can set you down, Bucket.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Really do. Maybe another time we'll have more questions for you. Interesting.
I am very patient with the astrology people, but if you ask me my thoughts on it,
Do you think I knew your sign before I said that?
I think you might have known it. I'm not exactly sure, but I know you know what my birthday is, so it's possible.
I know it's coming up.
Indeed it is.
I forgot the day. But it is, yeah, it's in this, like, very near. Thing is, I didn't think you were doing anything particularly Gemini. And, I actually didn't know your sign, and I guessed. I was even trying to guess wrong.
I mean, technically, we are, like, in that time frame of Gemini, so using Gemini just because it's the one that we're in currently is kind of possibly. I may, when my actual birthday comes, may never come up on the panel, so that way we stick to the questions and nobody tries to do what they did with other people's birthdays.
Where they said happy birthday and gave them gifts, and then also came up and got questioned by them.
Wait, you're gonna question me on my birthday?
Oh, you can get questioned, but no, people whose birthday it was got to do a lot of questioning.
If we made it about questioning, I might come up, but
you'd still get like every once in a while I'd say happy birthday. I mean, people would say that in the chat. It's kind of how birthdays work. That's why I didn't tell anybody mine.
there's too many people in the Discord who know when mine is now, so they'll most likely make it a big deal. I don't want that.
Interesting how quick that usually works. Hello, be baptized. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
37.
And do you have a belief in a god or God's higher power or anything like that?
Yes, I definitely do. I believe in Satan and Jesus.
Fascinating. And when you say you believe in Satan and Jesus, are these characters from the Bible?
These characters are actually in reality. And they're not characters. They're real deities.
Deities. In what way is Satan a deity?
He's a fallen angel. He's a cherub.
Are cherubs deities?
Yes, they're angels. They're
Angels
supernatural
are deities.
Supernatural beings. Satan is the god of this earth.
Is that what a deity is?
He's the god of this earth. A deity is a god. He's the god of this earth.
You keep saying that over and over, like you're reciting it from a book. Is this all from the Bible?
This is all from reality, and yes, from the Bible as well, yes.
Where did you learn all of this?
In life. I grew up a certain way. I denied God for a long period of time, went on dialysis at 16, and God showed me himself.
Are you here to give your testimony, or are you here to be questioned?
I'm talking to somebody else, not you. Chill.
I'm asking you a question, which is, are you here to give your testimony, or are you here to be questioned?
No.
Are you here to question?
He's here to be disrespectful. So if you're not capable of being respectful, then you don't get to stay. Seems like that's a problem for you. Maybe go read 1 Peter 3:15 before you come back.
The Mika self-censoring.
Mm-hmm. Can it? I don't know. I hadn't thought of that. Just, I describe what I want, and here's what we get. Reasons to stay. I mean, a believer might come through, might question, might actually be respectful. That's a reason to stay. Someone might have the courage or the curiosity to actually hit the request button and follow through with being respectful and possibly even questioning their beliefs. And maybe if they do that, they might get to question the questioner. Maybe. And that's a reason to stay, right?
Yeah, that is a reason to stay.
Reasons to go. Unless there were more. We can come back. Reasons to go.
Oh, reasons to leave? Like leave the... Reasons to leave. Yeah, if you can't question.
I mean, I can, but I'm sleepy.
Oh, you're trying to find reasons to go. Thrayle, you know I love hanging out with you, and we could hang out in the Discord, but you're sounding very tired. So, I'm only going to give you reasons to stay, but that choice is ultimately up to you.
Yeah. 6:30 in the morning. I could sleep.
You could. I just know there's a certain someone who's sleeping who apparently enjoys the way I speak, so...
Are they still asleep?
Oh yeah, they're still asleep.
Interesting. Well, while we wait for this guest to load in, thank you guys for the 94,000 times you tap the screen. We're nearly there, nearly to 100K. Wonder if we can do that before we actually get a guest who can, load in and then question their beliefs. But, hey, Oka, if you want to try again, you're welcome to try one of the boxes. Maybe you will be able to question your beliefs. Let me get that poem ready. I mean, somebody might come through curious enough or courageous enough to question before I have a poem that's ready to close the show. And then we'll question them for a while.
I think it's funny that this time around, I'm the one with the rain. You're the one who isn't.
Oh, I started the live with rain. The first.
Oh.
Yeah. The YouTube got cut off just an hour or so in because of the...
That bad?
Yeah, power went out.
Gotten a little bit hard whenever the Umbrella Joe or whatever, Bucket Joe came up, and I was like muted for a second, letting them go on because I was like, "Stop rain."
actually had an unceremonious end to the life of their house.
Oh no.
You know, those puzzle pieces. Did not want to cooperate.
That definitely would not have been good.
No believers. I question why the believers that are lingering and lurking can't question their beliefs. Is there some reason that questioning frightens you or causes you to shy away?
Is it me? Is it the skeleton? Because if so, that's rude. That's Thrayle's body.
It's still no requests. No.
No believers out there believing? That's unbelievable. Y'all share this out to all your friends and family and believers so that way they can come up and question their beliefs. know what song I haven't heard in a while, Thrayle? It's the one that goes, do you know the taste of doubt? That one.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a Michael V song. I do like that one.
I sit where the night folds over thought, counting the cracks in the walls of belief. Brittle branch, every answer a shadow I can't quite reach. Do you know the taste of doubt? Sweet as moth wings, bitter as absence. Step closer, leave your armor outside. Let's sip from the cup of maybe tonight. The moon laughs at all your neat categories. Darkness hums in the spaces between. I'm the echo of questions you forgot, a small thrill of things you've never seen. Do you know the taste of doubt? Sweet as moth wings, bitter as absence. Step closer, leave your armor outside. Let's sip from the cup of maybe tonight. Nothing is final, nothing is true, just shadows and whispers, me and you. We dance in the quiet, under the stars, as the world sleeps, we heal our scars. Do you know the taste of doubt? Sweet as moth wings, bitter as absence. Step closer, leave your armor outside. Let's sip from the cup of maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Oh, maybe tonight.
Was that the one, Hammy? I think that was the one you were talking about.
That is indeed the one I was talking about.
Whispers of the Batcolyte. That's the name that Michael V had on that track. Whispers of the Batcolyte. I like it.
Do you have a belief in a god, God's higher power, or anything like that? Well, request one up and let's question that belief. We don't want to debate or argue or take your gods out into the shed or anything like that. We're not even going to tell you you're wrong, even though I may have some questions on if you can be wrong. And if you think that there's even a slight possibility you could be, then request on up. Let's discuss it. Thrayle, how are you doing over there, buddy?
Being poetic.
Oh, poetic. Gotcha. If you've been questioned before, and you want to come up here and ask me a question, then you're more than welcome to come up and ask me a question. Or ask Thrayle a question that you've always been wanting to ask him that you just could never get an answer to while he's currently being very poetic over there. If you ask a question in chat, I'll read it too. Oh, is it ready? Should have the puppet look up at the end of his knife and just open wide mouth. Ah, it's not.
What's a puppet?
I don't remember saying the word puppet. Oh no, not the red eyes. Don't do it. Don't look at me with those red eyes. With the red eyes. Oh no! I've angered the Thrayle. Oh, there we go.
I'm too tired to really be angry. I don't know, I kind of half read this poem. It's kind of a poemy thing, and it's doing what poems do.
It's, well, I mean, that's all that matters, that it's a poem that does what poems do. We need to change the banner up at the top of What the Fuck is God. We need the poem is ready.
We go straight to, oh, that's not it. No.
There we go.
Beware the return of the purple-haired one, for the end is nigh. Purple-haired.
I think that's purple-haired Mika.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and read with this poem. So, Hammy, I appreciate you.
As always.
Hope you have a wonderful day. And, of course, let me just pull that microphone over as loudly as I can. Thank you to all of you. Appreciate every single one of you for being part of the best audience on TikTok, for coming through and sharing the live, for tapping, liking. Yeah, see, I need sleep. For all those things that you do, all the engagement, all the that's always fun. Somehow powered off the board while I was talking. But yeah, for all those awesome things you do, for all the questions, all the tapping, all the comments, all the coming up and questioning your own beliefs and really getting a handle on how to question others. Thank you all for being just really an amazing audience, an amazing community. And thank you, big W's to the mods, for helping to keep this place really a comfortable space for the best audience on TikTok. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. And if you want to join the community, see what we get up to behind the scenes between the lives, you can always check out the link tree in my bio or in the Batcolyte's bio. Find the Discord there, the first link. You just want to make sure that you read the rules when you get there. Otherwise, it might look a little lonely. But if you can agree to them, then you should find out that you're not alone. And if you stumble across the Venmo or the Cash App, and you want to show your support that way, well, it is really, truly appreciated. And I really do thank everyone who helps that way. Also, the second link in the link tree, Batcolyte.com. New things there all the time. Make sure you go find out what's unfurling there. I think that's really it. Unless... Oh, no. There's as always one more thing. How many thoughts were truly yours before they settled in your mind as law? How many answers came pre-framed, with sacred weight already claimed? Who taught you what the dark should mean? What gods to fear, what souls could keep? What kind of love is pure or right, and which desires should avoid the light? And when did questioning become a thing mistaken for being undone? Why does a simple, honest why so often feel like some divide? If truth is truly built to last, why fear examining the glass? Why guard belief from open air unless you doubt what's really there? What if the self you've come to know is partly habit, partly role? A careful script performed so long, it starts to feel like something strong. And what if love is not control, not finding someone to make you whole, but being seen without disguise and staying when the curtain slides? What if no voice speaks from above, no final judge, no destined love? Would kindness lose its worth or weight, or matter more because it fades? And if your answers start to shift, if certainty begins to slip, must that be failure, loss, or shame? Or simply growth by some other name? So question gently, question deep. Question the things you've learned to keep. Not all beliefs deserve to fall, but all should bear the weight of thought. Because a mind that never bends will only break to stay intact. And the strongest truths need not pretend. They welcome questioning and stand. In darkness we meet, not to lose what is true, but to learn which beliefs can survive an honest view. And on that note, until the next time we meet in darkness and seek wisdom together, I love you all. Take care.